Am I the asshole for asking my husband to pay off my debt? I, 30F, have been with my husband, 31M, since I was 17. We had our first kid when I was 18, and now we have 4. I've been with this man for almost half my life. We were just kids when we got together, but now I feel like I'm stuck in some weird version of adulthood where he's the only one who gets to feel like an adult. In 2021, he got a huge promotion, $200K a year kind of promotion. He sat me down and said, "You should quit your casino job and be a full-time stay-at-home mom. I've got us now." And honestly, I was burnt out. I was doing night shifts, juggling school drop-offs, meals, laundry, everything. So yeah, I quit. Since then, he's handled all the main bills, mortgage, electric, groceries. But when I say that man has never once handed me money just for me, I mean it. I had a small side hustle from home bringing in $300 to $400 a week, but that went straight to my daughter's cheerleading. She's been cheering her whole life, and she loves it. That barely left me with gas money or anything extra. I'd run short constantly. And asking him for help was like pulling teeth. He doesn't give me money, he pays bills. I lost that side gig last September and suddenly I had zero income. I had about $1,700 in credit card debt at that point, just from normal stuff, gas, groceries when we ran out, little emergencies. I asked him to help me pay it off, and he did. Reluctantly. Like I was asking him for a loan. He brought it up in every argument afterward, like I'd drained his retirement account. I've tried getting a job again. I've applied for work-from-home roles, flexible shifts, even part-time retail. He shuts everyone down. Says the hours don't work, or, what about the kids, or, that job barely pays anything, why bother? But he also won't give me anything to work with. Then cheer season started again. He refused to help with the driving. I had to start using my credit card again. It's at $2,500 now. I asked him again for help, and he flat out said no. Said I need to be smarter with money. So I asked for $200 a week. Just so I'm not always broke. For gas, for stuff the kids need, for me to not feel like a child begging their parent. He told me he works hard for his money, and he shouldn't have to fund my habits. Meanwhile, we have savings. From selling our last house. Tax refunds from the kids. But it's all in his account. I don't even know the login. I'm not trusted with it. So I'm asking, am I wrong for wanting a little financial freedom? For wanting to feel like a partner instead of a burden? Because I feel more like a dependent than a wife. So after I asked him for that $200 a week, the vibe in the house completely changed. He got cold. Like, ice cold. Started making these little passive-aggressive comments like, must be nice to sit at home and ask for money, or, when I was your age, I had to work for what I wanted. As if raising 4 humans, managing every second of their lives, and keeping the house running isn't work. I tried explaining to him how humiliating it feels to not even have money to buy a damn coffee without asking him first. And that's not even an exaggeration. I literally stood in a drive-through line last week and had to put my $5 order back because my card got declined. That moment broke me in a way I can't explain. It's not about the coffee. It's about the fact that I've given my life to this family, my youth, my body, my time, and I have nothing to show for it. No savings. No income. No say in the money we both earned. Yeah, he's the one with the paycheck, but I helped build this life too. And here's the kicker, he's been investing. Taking our savings, which includes the house sale money and tax refunds we got from the kids, by the way, and putting it into stocks and crypto and God knows what else. All while telling me we can't afford to give me a weekly allowance. He controls every dollar, but I'm the one who has to figure out how to feed 4 kids when the fridge is empty and he's too busy to care. The other day, I found out he paid for a golf trip with his coworkers. A whole weekend thing. Flights, hotel, the works. Thousands. And I'm sitting here rationing gas like we're in a war zone. When I confronted him, he said, I earned it. I needed a break. A break. From what? Every time I even mention getting a part-time job, he turns it into a fight. You'll just make our lives more chaotic, he says. Who's gonna watch the kids? And when I say he could help, he just shrugs like that's not his job. It's like he wants a housekeeper, nanny, and cook. But not a wife with her own life. I don't want to feel like I'm asking for permission to live. I just want a little independence. A way to exist without going into debt every time I need a tank of gas. Is that really so unreasonable? Or am I just waking up too late to how bad things really are? That night, after the golf trip blew up, I laid in bed just staring at the ceiling. And I swear, it hit me like a brick, I don't even exist as a person anymore. I'm just an unpaid employee in his little kingdom. He's the CEO, and I'm the help. No paycheck, no rights, no voice. I started listing it in my head. I don't have access to our savings. I don't have my own money. I don't have a say in major decisions. I don't have support with the kids' schedules or needs. I don't have time for myself. And I definitely don't have freedom. So the next morning, I didn't make breakfast. I didn't pack lunches. I didn't fold the laundry or load the dishwasher or pick up the trail of mess left by 4 Tasmanian devil children. I just didn't. He came downstairs and immediately started with his usual, "Why are the kids eating cereal again? Did you not iron my shirt?" I said, I took the day off. He laughed. Laughed. Like I just told him I was running off to join the circus. And I said, no, seriously. I'm not doing this today. Or tomorrow. Or until you stop treating me like your maid. He lost it. Told me I was being ungrateful. That thousands of women would kill to have a husband who pays all the bills. That he lets me stay home. Lets me. That word right there. It shattered something in me. Lets me. Like he saved me from drowning when I'm the one who's been keeping the whole damn ship afloat. I told him I want financial transparency. Access to our savings. A weekly amount that's mine, no questions asked. I told him if I'm not allowed to work, then he doesn't get to gatekeep every dollar like it's some reward I have to earn. He said I was acting entitled. I said, then maybe I should stop acting like your wife until you remember I am one. He stormed out. No apology. No follow-up. Just left. And now I'm sitting here, wondering what the hell comes next. I love my kids. I love the life we should have. But I can't keep living like I'm a burden in my own home. I've got $2,500 in credit card debt, no income, no access to our joint finances, and a husband who thinks giving me gas money is spoiling me. So yeah. I finally snapped. And honestly, I'm not even sorry. After he stormed out that morning, something in me changed. I'd spent years tiptoeing around him, afraid to ask for money, afraid to make him mad. But the second he threw, "I let you stay home," at me, I was done. Like, mentally checked out. The house was quiet, the kids were at school, and I sat at the kitchen table looking around like, this is not my life. This is a cage. So I started planning. Quietly. Carefully. I applied for remote jobs again. This time, I didn't ask for his permission. I just did it. Customer service, virtual assistant, data entry, whatever I could do from home while still managing the kids. I updated my resume, made a new email account, one he doesn't know about, and even borrowed a friend's laptop because mine's so old it sounds like it's about to explode. Then I opened my own checking account. Used my name, my info only. No joint anything. I didn't put a single dollar in it at first, but just seeing my name on something that was mine made me feel human again. I also started tracking every dollar coming into our house. He thinks I don't know what he makes, but he's lazy with emails and leaves bank statements open on the computer. I took pictures. Documented everything. How much he spends on himself. How much goes into that investment account I don't have access to. And I started asking questions I already knew the answers to, just to see if he'd lie. He did. Over and over. But I played nice. Smiled. Made dinner. Cleaned up. Acted like I was over it. But inside, I was building an escape route. I also sat my mom down and told her everything. The money, the control, the way he talks to me. She offered to help, said I could stay with her if I ever needed to. That meant more than she knows. Just having one person believe me. The craziest part? Since I dropped it, he's been acting like nothing happened. Like the fight never happened, like I never asked for anything. Still no allowance. Still no help. Still no money unless I beg for it. But now I've got something he doesn't know I have, options. I'm not saying I'm ready to blow up my life, but I'm getting close. And if he keeps pretending like I don't matter, I might just remind him who kept this family running while he acted like a single man with a housemaid. Last week, everything exploded. And not because of some huge fight or dramatic event, it was something small, almost stupid. But that's what did it. That's what made me stop pretending. It started with my daughter. She needed new shoes for cheer, her old ones were falling apart. She was embarrassed wearing them. Said the other girls had matching clean white pairs and hers were gray from dirt and barely holding together. They cost $90. Not even some wild designer thing. Just a basic pair from the team's vendor. I told her I'd figure it out. I always do. So I went to him and asked, calmly, respectfully. Explained the situation. Said it was important to her. You know what he said? She doesn't need them right now. She can wait. Wait? For what? For him to feel generous? For me to magically pull $90 out of thin air? That night, I cried in the bathroom. I didn't want my daughter to see me like that. I didn't want her to think needing something made her a burden. But I just sat there, on the edge of the tub, and something snapped again. I grabbed my phone, logged into my new bank account, and applied for a high-interest credit card. I knew it wasn't smart. I knew it wasn't ideal. But it was mine. I used it to order her shoes and cried again when the confirmation email came. Not because I was scared, but because it felt like freedom. He noticed the package a few days later. Asked me how I paid for it. I didn't lie this time. I told him, I opened a new account. I got my own card. I'm done living like this. He lost his mind. Said I was going behind his back, acting sneaky. Told me if I wanted to act single, I could start paying bills like I was single too. And I said, maybe I will. I've been documenting everything. Saving screenshots, recording conversations, noting dates, tracking money. If this turns into a divorce, I want every card in my hand. I used to think I'd never leave him. That we had too much history. Too many kids. Too much life built together. But now? I look at him and feel nothing but resentment. Not hate. Just cold, tired resentment. I'm not there yet. But I'm close. And if I do leave, I'll leave with my head high. I wasn't planning on doing it this soon. I thought I had more time. I was still in prep mode, quietly building my exit plan, slowly regaining control of my life without setting off alarms. But something in me just said, do it now. So I did. I filed for a consultation with a divorce attorney. Online. Discreetly. Used that same new email, scheduled it for when all the kids would be at school and he'd be at work. No one knew. Just me and the screen. The attorney didn't even blink when I explained the situation. In fact, they seemed like they'd heard this story 1,000 times. Financial control. Withholding access to funds. No personal account. No job. 4 kids. Debt that's not mine but I carry anyway. The lawyer was honest. Said it wouldn't be easy. Said divorce with kids is a long game, and financial abuse can be hard to prove unless I keep records, which, thankfully, I have. But what stuck with me was this: you're not crazy for wanting control over your life. You're not unreasonable for needing your own money. After the call, I sat there, staring at the wall. Not crying. Not panicking. Just numb. But in a powerful way. Like I'd been holding my breath for years and finally exhaled. The weirdest part? He has no idea. He walks around the house acting like nothing's wrong. Still makes his little comments. Still ignores the kids when they interrupt his screen time. Still expects me to run the household like a live-in assistant. He doesn't know I've started separating my life from his. I moved the rest of my old credit card debt into my new account. I'm applying for full-time jobs now, not just remote side hustles. I even started gathering my documents, marriage certificate, tax returns, anything I might need if I have to walk away legally. And still, I'm cooking. Still folding laundry. Still pretending. But I'm not doing it for him anymore. I'm doing it for the exit. I used to think the worst thing that could happen was ending up a single mom of 4. But now, the worst thing would be staying. So am I the asshole? For asking for a damn allowance? For needing basic respect and freedom? Because honestly, I'm not even asking anymore. I'm taking it. It all came out 2 nights ago. I didn't plan it. I wasn't even trying to fight. But you know when someone pushes you just 1 inch too far? That's what happened. He was annoyed because the kids were loud during one of his work calls. I had just finished dinner, was still wearing the same leggings and hoodie from 2 days ago, and hadn't even sat down yet. He came into the kitchen, saw dishes still in the sink, and made this snide little comment. Maybe if you didn't spend all day on your phone, the house would be cleaner. I just stared at him. I wasn't angry, I was done. And I said, maybe if you treated me like your wife and not your maid, I wouldn't have to spend all day figuring out how to escape this marriage. His face dropped. I told him everything. That I opened my own account. That I applied for jobs. That I spoke to an attorney. That I've been documenting every word, every time he made me beg, every time he used money to control me. I told him I'm tired of pretending. Tired of living like a ghost in a house I helped build. He got defensive first. Said I was overreacting. That he's just traditional and didn't mean to make me feel controlled. Then he tried guilt. Said he works hard, that providing financially is his way of showing love. But I've heard all that before. And I told him straight, if this is love, I don't want it. He didn't yell. He didn't argue. He just walked out. Not in rage. In silence. I don't know what's going to happen now. I haven't filed anything yet. I haven't packed a bag. But for the first time in years, I feel like I'm steering my own life again. I might stay. I might go. That's not the point. The point is, I get to choose. He knows now that I'm not afraid anymore. That he's not untouchable. And most of all, that I'm not the same 17-year-old girl who met him. I'm a woman who has carried this family. And I'm finally remembering that I matter too. So no, I'm not the asshole. I was just too scared to see how broken things were. But now, I see everything clearly. And I won't be invisible anymore.